For those of you who don't know who I am, Matthew Sheldon. I've only known John for 55 years. We went to grade school together. We went to middle school together. We went to high school together, and we all went off to college, mostly except for Dave, who went to Berkeley with me. And my fondest memories of Marie are just being up at your house. I remember we only lived like a couple blocks away, and I would trudge up West Hillsdale Boulevard to go to John's house. And of course, I would meet with Gordon Hall, who at times greeted me with certain gestures because we always like play off each other. But I remember your mom, and your mom was like another mother to me. She was so sweet and so easygoing, and really wanted to have you there at the house. So with John is, and you know, the other guys would say the same thing. John didn't have any siblings, so he needed brothers to give him a lot of crap because yeah, we did. And part of that is that, you know, you need to have somebody to, you know, bounce things off of. And I mean, I can remember being younger, and it was always about sports. And we would do basketball, baseball, football together. There probably wasn't a season that we didn't play sports together. And you always knew you had somebody around you to do something with. And you never want to be lonely. And I think in this world, I have been blessed by having some 4 or 5 of the greatest friends in the world for the vast majority of my life. And I think part of that is the atmosphere that these parents had for these kids. And John's parents were wonderful. I've often said this about your dad and mom. Your dad was so good to me. Because even though he'd drive me crazy sometimes with trivia. I don't know why about the trivia, but you know, he couldn't help it. But I also had memories I always have memories about your mom just being so accommodating. For when all the guys were there and we were either in your basement listening to loud music or playing sports or just being crazy kids. And I remember some of the greatest moments of my life just being with you guys, because it's really, really important that you're a part of my life. But I did want to mention that for any of you who've known John for a long period of time, we have a nickname for him.
Just one?
John grew up with a beagle. And so we would nickname him Charlie Brown. And
That's the reason.
That's part of the reason. And I remember your mom just absolutely loved that dog.
Oh, yeah.
And I can remember, because you always say Jezzy, 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 except when Jezzy would dig things up, or hide wallets, or bark at us at all. And I can remember your mom would get, I remember your mom would get mad, and it would be Jezebel Beagle Hall, and she'd yell at this dog, and this poor dog would look up at her with these very glazed eyes, and Marie said, I can't be mad at you. And she'd go to the refrigerator and get that dog some cheese. It's true. And so, you know, I want to, you know, thank Marie for being another mother to me and just doing all the things that a mother does, all the love and all the caring and all the time that was spent with us and us guys who are very, very blessed who have had her in our lives.
Yeah.